head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depths of truth into the heaven of freedom, my Father. Let my country awake into that heaven of freedom, my Father. Let my country awake.
When tireless diving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way.
Into that dreary desert, sand of that habit, where the mind is led forward by thee, into ever widening thoughts and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father. Let my country awake into that heaven of freedom, my Father. Let my country awake. Let my country awake. Let my country awake.
Good morning. I am Rachna Sharma, the Vice Principal, Silver Oak School, Hyderabad. Today, we are here to celebrate the academic achievements of the Econs, their grit, their determination to constantly strive for excellence. As much as we appreciate and endorse the character of our Econs, we also acknowledge and award the competence. We celebrate each Econs victory for having written the National Board exam, for which they cognitively connected and constructed knowledge throughout their school years. While we applaud each Econ for being the torchbearer of culture to learn, but we have to make a special mention of the high achievers. To achieve high scores is not a matter of chance, but a result of their continual effort. At a young age of 15, to be able to take the pressure of a board exam, which has been made into a monster by every adult around them, is not an easy job. Today, we celebrate the efforts and the achievements of these young people who stand tall and proud with their heads held high. In the year 2006, Silver Oaks constituted the Sri Chava Sita Ram Anjanelu Awards for high achievers in the board exam. This is to honor the late father of our dear Managing Director, Mr. Dhananjaya, who had immense respect and value for education. Since 2006, the top scorers in CBSE have been awarded with medals and certificates. Year after year, accounts of Silver Oaks have indeed been breaking records. This year, we have 80 students who scored above 90% in the class 10 and 12 board exams across our schools in Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Vizag. Let's hear from Mr. Dhananjaya on what inspired him to start such an initiative.
Good morning, all the medal winners. and proud parents of the medal winners, and the senior leadership team and the faculty. Very good morning to all of you. I feel very privileged and honored to be here with all of you to introduce you about on whose name the medals are instituted in our school in 2006. I would like to tell you this is on the name of my beloved father, late Sri Chava Sitaramanjanelu. In the year 1950 to 53, he pursued MA Public Administration and LLB in Nagpur University, and he is the gold medal winner of Nagpur University in those days. In the memory of my father, we instituted this Medals of Glory in the school, and we are giving it from 2006 onwards to all the students who attempted the board exams and got 90% and above as an aggregate percentage in those board exams. So I would like to congratulate all the medal winners on this day, and hope and wish that you will get some inspiration from Sri Chava Sitaramanjanelu, who in those days, in early 1950s, he went all the way nearly 1500 kilometers to pursue his post-graduation, and there he completed his course and got gold medal, and subsequently practiced as a lawyer in AP High Court. With this, I would like to congratulate once again all the prize winners, and my sincere gratitude to all the teachers who trained them, and I would like to thank all the senior leadership team who guided these teachers and students in getting this 90% plus percentage in board exams. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and thank you.
Thank you, sir. It definitely is a matter of pride for a school to have 80 students out of 240 who have proven their mettle and are the prestigious recipients of the Medals of Glory. Let's congratulate them all. A miracle happens once, but it is excellence that delivers on every occasion. It is therefore not a matter of chance that our Hyderabad school stands second in the city year after year. Or for that matter, the IB Middle Years program results for the first batch this year at the Bangalore school surpass the average worldwide results of IBMYP. What makes such achievements possible? To discuss this, we have stalwarts from the three schools from where the students have appeared for the board exams, either for CBSE or MYP. Let's hear from them. Okay, today we have here with us Ms. Ratna. She's the head of the senior school at Hyderabad School. Ms. Nisha Matthew. She's the coordinator of senior secondary Hyderabad School. Ms. Anusha. She's the coordinator of middle years program at Bangalore. And Mr. Ishwar, the coordinator of senior school at Vizag. All of you have closely interacted with so many batches of board going students. I was trying to understand, how is it that these young people do so well? If we have a few outliers, we can attribute it to their capability. But when we have a large number of students doing well, and that too year after year, there's definitely something over and above their personality.
True, Rachna. I think it's the teachers. I closely interact with the senior school team at Hyderabad. We have 39 teachers who guide these students. I know the kind of dedication and effort they invest. I truly believe it is because of the relentless efforts of each teacher that our econs score high in their boards. Educators are the only people who lose sleep over other people's children. I have seen the teachers worried and losing sleep for their students, and their passion and commitment is commendable.
I agree with you, Ratna. We do not just deliver the content. We inspire learning. We are the drivers of change. I started my teaching journey at Silver Oaks as a young college graduate. Today, 10 years later, I am a confident educator who knows how to get the best out of the students. I think it is the pedagogical practices of the school that makes the difference.
I agree with you, Nisha. I teach math, and math is a tricky subject for many students. But I'm proud to say that most of my students love math. I think it is not what I teach, but how I teach that makes the difference.
I also agree with what all of you are saying. But for me, it is our school's philosophy that makes all the difference. Following the cultures, the mantras of Mahatma, the attributes of learner profile, the 7 habits. You see, we are working with the character of the students here, the inside-out approach, which makes the character strong. Rest, everything will fall in place. Definitely, this way the competence will be excellent.
That's interesting. So according to you all, it is the people, the philosophy, and the pedagogy, which are the 3 pillars that lead students towards success. I cannot contest that. But isn't it better that we ask the students, the recipients of the system, what they think about it? And who better than the students who've been able to ace their exams? Let's ask the top 3 performers of all the 3 schools who have topped their CBSE, 10th, 12th, or MYP.
That's a good idea, Rachna. I am most intrigued to find out what impact we, the teachers, can have. Let me ask some of our icons. We have with us Himashri from Silver Oaks, Hyderabad, Manasvi from Silver Oaks, Hyderabad, and Krithvi from Silver Oaks, Bangalore. Hello, everyone.
Hi, ma'am.
How's it
Hello,
going?
ma'am.
All good?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
All right, let's start this off. Now, there is an African proverb which says, it takes a village to raise a child. We, adults, playing the role of parents, teachers, touch and impact the lives of these young minds in multiple ways. We tend to inspire and motivate them with our actions and decisions, when at times we're not even aware that they're watching us. What do you all have to say about this? We'll start with Hima.
Well, ma'am, My journey of Silver Oaks wouldn't have been possible without the support and guidance of my teachers. Now, one memory that I can recollect is that Hindi was once upon a time a subject of terror to me.
Hindi, okay.
But then in grade 7, my teacher turned it into a subject of joy. That year, we didn't have any textbooks for this subject, but instead had this program called Masti Ki Pathshala. In that, we made our own textbooks, which had lessons and poems written by us.
Yes, I remember you saying that, Hima. For me, social was a boring composition of history with dates and geography with locations, but then it became my favorite subject later, and I solely credit my teachers for that. They've conducted amazing activities like finding the recipe for French Revolution and comparing the governments with our school system, discussing incidents happening around the world constantly. And these have evoked a special interest for social in me. And there's more. Maths, which was a dreaded subject which I used to shiver just thinking of, became
Okay.
one of my favorite subjects later. And my teacher made it all happen. We did math to Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal, and with their constant encouragement and support, we were the reigning champions of Mindspark for months and months together.
Yes, I totally agree to that, Manasvi. There have been many instances when our teachers always listened to us and they never gave up on us. Instead, they came up with new ideas each day to make the topics a little more simpler and interesting for us.
Interesting indeed. Masti Ki Pathshala and grooving to Michael while you do math. Looks like you had a lot of memories, girls. Yes. Krithvi, did you have a similar experience?
Yes, ma'am. So when I first joined Silver Oaks in 8th grade, I had actually skipped on my first day of school and I pretended to be sick because I was so nervous. Um, so the next day when I arrived, I was obviously petrified of everyone.
No.
But as soon as I walked in the classroom, I saw my teacher and she had a big smiling face. So I was obviously relieved. The next few days, she tried her best to make me comfortable, involve me in school, and she constantly motivated me. After we became more comfortable with each other, she would come approach me if she felt something off, and she has helped me several times. This was important to me because I felt cared for. It showed me that it is important to check up on those that you care about. It is necessary to make the people around you comfortable, and it taught me to bring in more compassion into myself.
Very rightly put there, Tripti. Teachers were always there to boost our confidence. And my teacher showed me that it was important to be confident, to stand apart in the crowd, and to be who I am.
Yeah, definitely. Similarly, when I was in 10th grade, although I didn't face any academic issues, I had kind of felt as if I had lost myself, and my personality kept changing for the people around me. And once that stopped happening, it felt as if I was no one.
I understand, Krithvi, how it feels to be disconnected at times. Yes.
Yeah, so during those times, I felt a lot of negativity around me, but there was one person who noticed everything. It was my principal, and it was as if she had watched each and every step of mine and acted accordingly. There were some days where she would ask me what was wrong, but there were some days where she knew I needed silence. She was always there to listen, and she was always there to console. But we didn't talk too much during this time because I was so focused on my boards. But she told me that she believed in me and she was patient with me until I was back to my cheerful self. Without her, I'm not sure if I would have been the same person that I am today. Throughout all my 3 years, she has watched me grow from an immature 8th grader to a rebellious 9th grader and finally into someone I'm proud to be. During my time at Silver Oaks, I owe all my successes to her.
And ma'am,
Yes, Emma.
not only that, our principal ma'am and director sir taught us so many things. They taught us the learner profile, and not just by preaching, but by setting an example themselves. We have seen how they believe in me and my country, we grow together, and they strive to achieve it, be it through the Coins for the Country, the street store, cheering up the supporting staff, and many more. They have shown us what it means to have character before competence.
Wow. Okay. I see what you all have shared shows how teachers indeed have a lasting impact on students, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Rachna ma'am, there it is. Teachers affect eternity. No one can tell where their influence stops.
So true, Anusha. Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best that they can possibly be. This is a quote by Rita Pearson, and I see that champion in every teacher at Silver Oak. Let's put our hands together for our champions. We present to you the teachers of grade 10 and 12 from all the three schools.
Congratulations to all of us. To ensure that we remain the best, continual sharpening of the saw is required. Throughout the year, in all three schools, efforts are made to ensure both personal and professional development of the entire staff, and an annual amount of 1.5 crore is spent in teacher training.
I can vouch for that, Ratna. From emotional intelligence to assessments to design thinking, we are trained by trainers from within and outside the school.
The second pillar, which helps students to succeed, is the philosophy of the school. I am personally very connected to the philosophy, but I wonder how the students feel.
We also had the same question, Ishwar. We asked some of our econs, and this is what they had to say.
Stand tall like silver oak tree, with silver shining in everything you do. I am Priyanshu, and my scores of 91% is the beginning of that silver shining.
Make me the strongest in mind and body. This certainly made me strong. This is Srivalli with strength in my mind, and I scored a 96.2%.
Character first, competence next, and I am an ambassador of both. This is Sriya with 94%.
I am Trisha Boda, a proud icon of Silver Oaks, and I am all ready to be a mighty oak with 92% in my bones.
With Swadharma as my oath, I, Sneha Vinod Kumar, led myself to achieve an overall band of 7 in the MYPE assessment. Swadharma, my soul is my duty. With this principle by my side, I took responsibility of my own learning. With balanced preparation under the support and guidance of my teachers, along with simply doing my best and not succumbing to the stress and pressure, I was able to achieve this band.
Character first and competence next. I am an ambassador of both. This is Prajwal Shastri with 96.2%.
This is Mahati, a proud icon, all said to be a mighty oak, with 95.2% in my board exams. I would like to avail this occasion to thank all of my teachers, Principal Ma'am, Director Sir, for building character and competence in me, which I would like to sustain throughout my life.
Be positive and progressive. That is me, Roshni Nadilla. I've always hoped for the best, learned from my mistakes, and never let myself down. And that is how I scored 94% in my boards. I would also like to thank my teachers who have always been there for me and made me who I am today.
Make me the strongest in mind and body. That was what I recited every day in my school prayer, and it certainly has made me stronger. This is Akshay Teja Tumnuri, and I have achieved 92.6% in my grade 10 board exams.
Character first, competence next. And I am an ambassador of both. This is Sarthak Chadda with 95.6%.
I'm the first acorn to go beyond the academic boundary and take painting as my sixth subject in CBSE board. I have realized that education must not part with what defines you the most. This realization has led the balanced and principled myself to take an extra step and attain a perfect 100 in painting. I can only wish that many more of my juniors take forth this progressive path and let them define who and what they want to be. This is Sanjana, a tall and proud oak tree with an overall of 94%, ready to make
Stand tall like the silver oak trees, with a silver lining in everything you do. I am Anand. I grew up hearing this, and today my score of 93% is the beginning of that silver shining.
Stand tall like the silver oaks trees, with silver shining in everything you do. This is Niyati. I have grown up hearing this, and today my score of 93.2% is the beginning to that silver shining.
In fact, Nisha and Ishwar, why don't you have a discussion with some of the high achievers and see what they have to say?
Thank you, Rachna. For today's discussion, we have Sharmila from Silver Oaks, Hyderabad, Harshita from Silver Oaks, Hyderabad, Aishwarya from Silver Oaks, Hyderabad, Jaina from Silver Oaks, Vizag, Radha from Silver Oaks, Vizag. Welcome you all. Do you think the philosophy of the school in any ways help you to become a better learner? When we talk of philosophy, there are so many threads you could pick up. Like we just saw, some students talk about how they found meaning in some lines from the prayer. What do you say, Sharmila?
I couldn't agree with you more, ma'am. It was wonderful to see those students talk about how the prayer relates to them. Speaking of philosophy, the 12 cultures of the school are the ones that I identify with the most. Organizing the cultures workshop was one of the first collaborative things I've done at Silver Oaks, and it has struck a chord with me ever since. I'm sure Aishwarya and Harshita remember doing that. The cultures that have been my driving force in my academic journey are the cultures to work, to read, and to learn. Making these a way of life has helped me stay proactive and punctual with my work and expand my knowledge beyond the textbooks. When I had a lot of content to remember for the exams, analyzing, thinking, and reflecting to learn, making connections with learning and living that came with imbibing the culture to learn made it a lot easier for me. And also, I would like to add that it wasn't always about academics. It was also about character grooming that impacted my learning. It's not just the books that we learned from. We learned a lot from each other as well. This takes me back to one such experience, the Beautiful Tree Initiative, where we had our junior year students from Canada to come over to our school in Hyderabad. When they visited us, we showed them around, exchanged our teaching learning practices, and had a lot of fun. Remember, Harshita, you showed them around the science lab?
Yes, Sharmila, I remember it very well. In fact, it was an amazing experience for me. I spent a whole day with them, helping them with the practicals for their board exams. But apart from that, it has been of great use to me in achieving maximum marks in my practicals as well. Indeed, it's true when they say that teaching once is equal to learning 10 times. I'm very glad for being presented with that opportunity. Whereas when it comes to my boards, being proactive in my learning process helped a lot. Not restraining from extra knowledge and always putting NCRT first was of great importance. But it was never only about studies. I had an effective timetable at work, which gave me ample amount of time for recreation and fun. The reason for my aggregate being above 90% wasn't due to my singular efforts, but due to the combined efforts of the school management and from my side as well. Solving numerous sample papers, going through previous year's papers, and jotting down the topics which came numerous times, and practicing them thoroughly proved to be of great help. The most important thing was being consistent throughout the year in my efforts and revising every topic, no matter how small it might be. But in spite of putting all this hard work, it was necessary to stay confident during the exam and believing in myself.
Very true, Harshita. The schoolhouse is like a reservoir of ideas to help build one's character. All of us can choose any permutation or combination that resonates with us. Radha, what do you say?
Yes, thank you, sir. Along with the cultures that Sharmila mentioned, a few more cultures that helped me during my preparation were culture to collaborate, culture to think, and culture to be consistent. When we talk about collaboration, it is about synergizing. Being open minded and seeking multiple perspectives makes a great teamwork. I'm sure Jaina remembers the time where we had lots of fun during our group conversations. It is all about respecting individual strength and collective spirit. Speaking of which, I would like to talk about culture to think. It is to reflect before and after we say something. It helped me to speak mindfully and to question, write, and act accordingly, which naturally improves the quality of our conversation with people. After adapting to this culture, I found myself engaging in critical and logical thinking, which actually helped me to open out the books out of curiosity to find out the answer to all my questions regularly. Now, this somewhat connects us to culture to be consistent. It is mainly about working towards our goals every day and putting constant hard work and efforts that brought us here today. I could say that the efforts we put into our goals over months brought us success and made us shine. I'm sure we would want to know more from Aishwarya.
Thank you, Radha. Just like you were talking about the cultures of our school, I would like to add on with the help of Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. The first thing I would like to talk about is beginning with an end in mind. Being a person who used to plan my day in a very hectic way and not leave any time for rejuvenation, I used to never follow my timetable. And it is not a surprise. Later, when I gave the philosophy of a school a thought, I realized that I should plan my way in a realistic way and work towards achieving it. The second thing being putting first things first. Being a person who postpones their work and procrastinates a lot, my work used to pile up towards the deadline and I would get very annoyed. And I knew if I repeated it this year, I would be in a lot of trouble. So I pushed myself and got myself the work done on the assigned day itself. I started organizing and arranging my work, and this helped me a lot. The third thing being synergize. There's a belief that group tasks and group studies lead to a lot of waste of time. However, during the revision months of November, December, and January, in our school, we would sit as a group, discuss with each other, teach each other tough concepts, shortcuts, and tricks for subjects. This played a crucial role in my preparation. I'm pretty sure Jana has a lot to add to this.
Yes. Like Harshita and Aishwarya spoke about how few of the seven habits help them, the habit which I connect to the most is putting first things first. It helped me organize my work and cater the right amount of time to each and every subject. Apart from the habits, there is one line in the school culture which states to be positive and progressive. I learned to push and compete with myself. Every time I pose a challenge to be better and do better than the previous step. To be balanced is a part of our learner profile, especially during the exams or rather during the boards. Things seem to be all over the place and the situation seems to be a havoc. But being balanced is what helped me get through all of this, and it helped me maintain my grades and be consistent.
Very true, Jaina. For me, it is a vision of this school. I believe it's my job to help you realize that vision, and every day I strive towards it. After listening to your conversations, I feel immensely proud that I am in a school that attributes so much time and effort to build the character alongside competence. Thank you so much for your time and all the best for your future. Thank you all.
How beautifully they've pulled out the different aspects. They've been able to bring out their best selves using those different aspects of the schoolhouse.
I see how important it is for the students to have a framework for character, to have words to describe, to have achievable milestones and clear goals, to reach for something as abstract as character.
If we teach today's students as we taught yesterday, we rob them of tomorrow, said John Dewey, a famous philosopher. How we teach is more important than what we teach.
Right.
Because we work towards making them independent learners who can learn on their own. Pedagogy forms the third pillar of the success story of any school. Pedagogy is the art and science of teaching. What do you say, Ratna?
So true, Rachna. In my long 25 years of teaching career, I've seen every class is a combination of different types of students. Some of them are bright sparks. Some, owing to their capability and hard work, stand out in their performance. But what amazes me is the number of high performers we have year after year, which makes me feel there is definitely something in our pedagogy, the way we teach, that helps students to learn better. It is not just the students who do exceptionally well. It is more than 1/3 of the class getting above 90%, which amazes. This, I think, is because of the pedagogy which impacts not only in the board class, but gradually over the years of learning. Being a math person, let me explain with graphs. Here we have the results of 2017-18 batch of Silver Oaks, Hyderabad. 63% of the students scored above 80%. In 2018-19, 72% of the students scored above 80%. The latest batch 2019-20, 75% of the students scored above 80%. That is, 3/4 of the strength has scored that 80% above scores. Now, here is the comparative analysis of the 3 years. The tall blue columns are the percentage of students scoring above 80%. If you observe, high score columns are rising, and there is an increase of 12% from 2017-18 to 2019-20. In Silver Oaks, Bangalore, the first batch of MYP students appeared for their boards. They have done exceptionally well as well. Let me show you their graphs. There are 10 students who appeared for the MYP assessments. As per IB results analysis, average worldwide grade for design is 4.7 and our school's average is 4.9. Coming to the personal project average, as per IB results analysis, average worldwide grade for the personal project is 3.86 and our school's average grade is 4.3. Overall main subjects, total grades out of a perfect score of band 7, we have 2 students scoring perfect 7, 6 students in the band 6 and 2 students in the band 5. I feel proud to present this data to you. Now, let us find out from some of our students how the pedagogy helped them to achieve these scores. So here we have Sneha, Nandan and Joshua from Silver Oaks, Bangalore and Naomi from Silver Oaks, Hyderabad. Congratulations to all of you on your high achievements. So Sneha, I would like to know how the pedagogy helped you in achieving this high scores.
So hi everyone, my name is Sneha and I just passed out of the MYP 5 year from Silver Oaks. I started my journey as an ACON of Silver Oaks in 6th grade, which was my first exposure to the IB PYP program. We transitioned into CBSE through 7th and 8th grade and back to IB MYP in 9th and 10th. This allowed me to explore both education systems and sort of get the best of both worlds. So as you probably know, the e-assessments didn't take place. And so my final gradings were based solely on my performance through the MYP 4 and 5 years combined. The main thing that helped me in giving my best throughout the MYP 4 and 5 years, and thus leading me to achieve a band of 7, was especially despite the last minute changes due to current circumstances, was my approach towards these 2 years. and it was my approach to tackle the 10th grade. So with this in mind, I approached the assessments with my best efforts to not stress out and to not fall for competition and pressure. What allowed me to do this was the constant attitude building activities we did in school, where we integrated academic learning with skill building. And this is what allowed me to sort of it was holistic learning, which gave me the right attitude to deal with circumstances. And although we didn't do the IB in 7th and 8th grade, the school still continued to help us develop character through the mantras of Mahatma and the motto of school, character before competence. So finally, throughout my years in Silver Oaks, as character building was a main focus, I was able to tackle my MIP 4 and 5 years by being an inquirer to take initiative of my own learning. I was able to be balanced to ensure that the stress didn't get to me. And also by making competition a second priority rather than the first, I was able to give the best that I could. And this is what helped me in achieving my score. Thank you.
That's great, Sneha. So Nandan, being an MYP student, what is your perspective?
Yeah, so I started my journey with Silver Oaks in 8th grade. So this was my first experience with IB MYP. The main thing that helped me to get through the 2 years at Silver Oaks were the ATL skills. The ATL skills, or the approaches to learning skills, are a set of skills that help in inquiry-based learning. So the 5 skills in ATL skills are research skills, communication skills, social skills, self-management skills, and thinking skills. So these skills not only help me in my curricular activities, but also help me in my extracurricular activities, such as in curricular activities. In front of every test or every worksheet, there would be a skill given which would be tested. For example, if the ATL skill tested was research skills, it would test on how well researched you are, or to what depth you researched, and how your research connected to the topic. In extracurricular activities, communication skills help me to enhance my public speaking skills, help me to get rid of my stage fright, and allows me to speak in front of a much larger audience. And thinking skills it can be used in daily life. It can be used to tackle obstacles in a unique and smart way. For example, for me, thinking skills came into use during sports. So, for example, to help get your team to win, you need to come up with unique strategies that will surprise your opponent and help your team to win the game. So these thinking skills help me to tackle these obstacles that came in my way in a unique and smart way. So this is how these skills help me guide me throughout the 2 years of MYP I spent in Silver Oaks, and help me to get the band I achieved today.
That's nice. I mean, nice to hear about that. Our methods are working great. Joshua, being a CBSE student, what's your perspective?
Ma'am, I'm Joshua, and I joined Silver Oaks in grade 8. The transition from my old school to Silver Oaks was really smooth. Silver Oaks had a welcoming and encouraging atmosphere, and the small class size was a huge advantage, as teachers could give a lot of individual attention to each one of us. And even the classroom was very collaborative rather than competitive, and also it fostered teamwork. And even though CBSE is limited to the textbook, teachers made class interesting by doing various hands-on learning and other activities. Some examples like I remember vividly are, in maths, we had made a model of a building, and then using the distances from those buildings, we measured the angles using the various trigonometric functions, and then we verified our results with the model. In English, we used to read our articles, get the information from them, and write our own ones. And this helped me build my vocabulary a lot and also improve my writing skills. In social, we used to make a list of important points for each chapter after we had done it, and then stick it on a comment chart. This helped me break down the large hectic chapters of social science into much smaller, concise points, which I could revise later and easily understand them because they were in simpler points. In science, I remember I was like verifying the position of images formed by various lenses and mirrors. And after each activity or test, like we would write down all the places that we need to improve upon so that our performance in the next test will be way better than the previous one. So I would like to conclude by saying that uh, the teaching methodology in Silver Oaks actually helped me because I understood the concepts very well and did not have to resort to mugging up. Yeah.
That's nice, Joshua. I like the way you put the things. I mean, you connected the pedagogy to your achievement. Naomi, what is your perspective?
So, in my case, my success in board exams has been a result of a cumulative effect of every single moment that I have spent in my school, which spans over which is actually more than half of my life. Silver Oaks has been my second home. So let me start from my first 6 years in this school, which is grade 1 to 6, in which I had been through IBPYP, which is a primary years program. So during that time, I was constantly surrounded by the words, key concepts like form, function, connection, causation, and it helped me to start viewing the content of my studies from the lens of what, where, why, and how certain things happen the way that it happens. And it in turn helped me to develop an attitude to learn for knowledge, not to learn for exams. In grade 3, I distinctly remember that we had a unit of inquiry called How We Organize Ourselves. So during that time, we were taught about goals and the meaning and importance of setting short-term goals and long-term goals. Now, this is an age in which people don't even know the meaning of goals, right? But then I had already picked up by that time the skill of planning ahead and creating a roadmap to accomplish my plans, which actually helped me 9 years down the line. Now, let me come to ISAP, which was from 7th and 8th grade. And it stands for Intellectually Stimulated Academic Program, which helped me to make a smooth transition from PYP to CBSE. The main thing that I picked up from ISAP was in the design modules, there were these things called learning objectives. So before you start any design module, you know what are your objectives that you have to look forward to while doing that module. So it helped me put first things first, and it helped me generate a clarity of thoughts, which are maintained till the very end by filling out my reflection sheet at the end of every single module. And this helped me to become more mindful and more reflective. Coming to 9th to 12th grade, there were 3 main strategies which helped me to get the great scores that I did in 10th as well as in 12th grade. The first thing was I always had a transdisciplinary approach, which I actually picked up from PYP, and it helped me connect all the 3 subjects, that is physics, chemistry, and biology. Although they are viewed as 3 different subjects, but I always found them to have something or the other connected between them. So I grouped chapters which are similar in nature from 11th and 12th grade. For example, gravitation and electrostatics. They are similar chapters and can be studied together. And so that's what I did. The second thing that I always did was I used to take lots of mock tests, whether in school or at my home. I always used to take these tests in a time-bound manner, and I used to always work on my errors on a regular basis so that I could keep improving from each test to the other. The last and the most important thing is I learned this teaching tool called Bloom's Taxonomy, which I had actually seen on one of the staff launch bulletin boards in my school. And out of curiosity, I learned it. And this is what helped me to understand the mindset of the evaluator and how they set questions. I learned that questions could be of remembering type, analytical type, evaluation based type, and things like higher order thinking skills. So this helped me work a split of marks. So these are actually one of the few strategies that I used for achieving the success that I did. Thank you.
That's nice. I mean, hearing about how our practices are grooming young minds is so interesting. Once again, thank you for your time and all the best for your future.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
That was so heartwarming. They have given us enough evidence to say that all these 3 pillars, the people, the philosophy, and the pedagogy, are equally strong at Silver Oaks.
A ship is only as strong as its captain. This year, the Vizag School sent our first batch for the CBSE Grade 10 exams. Ms. Sunita, Principal, Vizag School, has a message for them.
I take immense pride to talk about the Grade 10 results in this occasion. It has been 3 years since we started the campus in Visakhapatnam. It has been a roller coaster ride filled with deep emotions. We as a team worked very hard in gearing up these students for the examinations, and I can say that my students have given the same commitment. It was rightly said, as you sow, so you reap. I am a proud principal when I say that all my students came out with flying colors. As our school believes, character before competence, we not only focus on academics but ensured that we allocated time for your co-curriculars as well. Dear students, I would like to say that these are the beginning of your most purposeful days and in this outside world. It is eminent to find your own voice and act accordingly to portray your skills. I would like to end this by saying all of you are unique. Everyone is unique in your own way. There is no point comparing and competing yourself with others. You are capable of doing anything. Trust yourself. As a school motto says that where the mind is without fear, the head is held high. Believe in it. All the best.
It's a proud moment to us at Bangalore as well, as we sent out our first MYP batch this year. Our principal, Ms. Shailaja, has a message for you all as well.
Congratulations to the first batch of MYP students and my dear 10th graders. Yet again, all of you have proved that where there is a will, there is a way. We are seeing the fruit of hard work and dedication by you and your teachers in bringing out this wonderful result. Whole community rejoiced hearing this. As a school, we always believe in nurturing and fine-tuning your skills, which will be the key takeaway for you as you step into the new ecosystem of inspired learning. I'm sure that you have understood your individual strengths through your projects, and this will definitely mold you into a fine personality. As a school vision says, live for a purpose, learn to apply, lead with determination, and leave a timeless legacy. Definitely, you all have left a legacy for your juniors, which is worth emulating. I would like to see you all in the school once the situation improves to mentor and to guide your juniors. I wish you all the best in all your endeavors. Stay connected with us. We just simply love you. All the best.
Thank you, Sunita, and thank you, Shailaja. The Director of Education, Ms. Sita Murthy, has something to share with all of us. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us.
Congratulations to my very dear Econs. You have excelled and you have achieved. You have raced with yourself and you worked through your character to build your competence. That's exactly what Silver Oaks has been aspiring for the last 18 years. That you build your competence through your character. That we, the teachers, work through an inside-out approach. That, a student, a young person who knows himself or herself thoroughly well, who understands one's strength very well, who understands one's own emotional intelligence, one's own social intelligence very well, who also knows one's place in the society or the responsibility one has in the society. It is that student who knows what to compete for, how to compete, how to excel. Character first, competence next. How many years you must have heard this? Some of you who have been in the school for 12 years, 14 years, 10 years, 5 years, 6 years, 2 years. You would have heard it all the time in the assemblies, all the time in your almanacs, you must have read it. And we sincerely believed in it. And today we celebrate that character and that competence in you. I remember 2 years ago, I sent an apology letter to all the class of 2018. Why did I send that? While talking about character, while talking about character as the most important thing, we started celebrating the results like, who came first, who came second, and who came third. And after sending the message to the parents that here is the topper of the school, here is the second topper, the third topper, suddenly something clicked inside me. What am I doing? What are we celebrating? While celebrating competence, when did we start talking more about, results and scores? How is that result translating through character? And that's when I sent an apology mail to all the parents and all the students saying that while some got the topmost percentile, there are so many who worked so hard. If they got only 50% in their boards, they worked to get 65%. If they got only 70% in the boards, they got 80%. 80 to 90, 90 to 95. How one started racing with oneself. And that's exactly what I want to tell you today, that the school wants to celebrate both character and competence in every acorn. And that's the acorn we want to send out into the society. So from this year 2020, we would like to announce Student of the Year Award. Now what does it mean? A student who is highly known, extremely visible, as someone who comes with a character, values, visible, in action, in interaction, and someone who comes visibly, clearly, and with a lot of composure in competence. These are the students that we want to celebrate as Student of the Year. So it's my privilege to announce the Student of the Year Award from 2020 and also announce who are the Students of the Year 2020. Usually it should be only one. But this year it has been so difficult to choose among so many wonderful young people that we have. Yet, two of them stand out so clearly, saying that here are the two young people who deserve this award. Naomi of grade 12, who's been with us for 12 years now, who grew up in these green meadows of Silver Oaks, who has been an entrepreneur from her grade 8. She has her own YouTube channel. She made her own lessons, and she has a huge fan following in the YouTube channel of how to learn mathematics, how to learn science, how to understand English, how to understand any part of the social sciences too. And she has come up with videos while being an entrepreneur. She was a leader who led herself. She was a leader who debated, who discussed with her friends and peers and juniors on what is right and how to understand what is right and what is wrong. Forever, for always, from grade 1 till 12, Naomi stands out as an icon of Silver Oaks International Schools. Naomi, it's my honor, my privilege to announce that you are the Student of the Year 2020. I have one more student who joined us only in grade 11, who was with us only for 2 years. But in every step, everything that she did, she stands out as someone clearly with character and competence. Sharmila, it is such a pleasure. It was such a wonderful time when you were there in the school, and how each day you set your own bar, raised your own bar, and met your own standards, created your own standards, whether it's editing the school magazine or conquering the subjects, or for that matter interacting with your fellows and your juniors. How wisely and with such a sweet smile you handled it all. Every teacher has only one thing to say: wonderful young lady, Sharmila. And you get the Student of the Year Award 2020 along with Naomi. Congratulations to the two of you. And I will be waiting 2021. Who will be the Student of the Year in Silver Oaks, Hyderabad, Silver Oaks, Bangalore, and Silver Oaks, Visakhapatnam? This will be only for those students who are passing out from grade 10 or grade 12. Both Naomi and Sharmila passed out from their grade 12. And now they're going into the big world out there as icons, brand ambassadors of Silver Oaks with character and competence. To all the other high achievers today whose achievement, whose excellence we are celebrating in the ceremony called Medals of the Glory, my hearty congratulations to you. How you pitched yourself in terms of racing with yourself. You, your parents, and the society should celebrate you, should celebrate your excellence. Congratulations to all of you. And the world is out there for you. Make a difference, build it, make a wonderful society, and that's what we are grooming you for. All the best.
Now that makes a completely well-rounded achievement. Congratulations, Sharmila, and congratulations, Naomi. All the students, your medals and certificates await you at school. As and when the school reopens, you can come and collect them. All of you, the Akons, as you grow into mighty oaks, the world awaits you. Remember, you've been groomed to
live for a purpose,
learn to apply,
lead with determination,
and leave a timeless legacy.
Thank you for being here with us. And as we say in the Air Force, happy landing.
Happy landings.